Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum class. Today, after midterms, we are on the final terms and your course of operation research, and we have the topic of transportation problem. Before that, we dealt with the linear programming problems, and we find it their feasible optimal solutions with the help of simplex method, with the help of M method, with the help of two-phase method, and their different strategies. Now we have also seen the duality problem, that if we have a maximization problem, then there is also its alternative exist, which is the minimum problem, and the solution for the maximum problem will also be suitable for the minimization problem. Now we are reached on the transportation problem, and we will see what is the basic objective function in the transportation problem and how we will deal with these problems. Transportation problem has three types and methods: northwest corner cell method, and least count method, and Vogel approximation method. Assignment problem that we will deal today with is the Huygens method with the help of game theory, then basic its definition, Sheridan point, dominance method, and so on. So transportation method is its introduction, or its definition is that it is a special kind of linear programming problem in which goods are transported from a set of sources to a set of designations, subject to the supply and demand of the sources and designations respectively, such that the total cost of transportation is minimized. Its proper definition is: the transportation problem is a special type of linear programming problem where the objective is to minimize the cost of distributing the product from a number of sources to a number of designations. Its general mathematical model is: the general mathematical model may be given as follows. If Xij is greater than or equal to 0 is the number of units shipped from ith source to jth designation, then equidence linear programming problem model will be minimize Z, sigma I varying from 1 till M and sigma j varying from 1 till N, Cij and Xij. So here we have to minimize the cost, and as well as we have to minimize the distance. Subject to the constraints are sum of Xij is less than or equal to Ai, which is representing supply, and sum of Xij is less than or equal to Bj, which is representing our demand. And the non-negativity constraints are Xij is greater than or equal to 0. So it has different types of transportation problem. It may be of the type of balanced transportation problem, or it may be of the type of unbalanced transportation problem. In balanced transportation problem, our demand is equal to the supply, and in the unbalanced transportation problem, our demand is greater than the supply, or maybe the demand is less than supply. We represent our demand with sum of Ai, so it means, and supply with sum of Bj. So sum of Ai is equal to sum of Bj, and if it is greater than, then sum of Bj is greater than sum of Ai, and sum of Bj is less than Ai. So in this types of two types, we will see how we can deal with these problems. So if it is a balanced transportation problem, then we can easily solve it. Or if it is unbalanced transportation problem, then we have to make some amendments or some changes. We have to add a dummy row in case of when demand is less than supply, with cost 0 and supply equals to demand minus supply. And in case of when our demand is greater than some supply, then we will add a dummy column with the cost 0 and supply and the demand equals to the demand minus supply. So in this way, we will deal with its two types. So here is also mentioning its two types: balanced transportation problem, in which we have the sum of AI is equal to sum of Bij. So our total supply is equal to total demand. In the unbalanced transportation problem, we don't have the supply, total supply is not equal to the total demand, or it may be greater than or it may be less than. For a feasible solution to exist, it is necessary that total capacity equals total to the requirement. There will be m plus n minus 1 basic independent variables out of m into n variables. What are the understanding options? Only a single type of commodity is being shipped from an origin to a destination. Total supply is equal to the total demand. Sum of AI is equal to sum of Bij. AI is representing supply and Bj representing demand are all positive integers. The unit transportation cost of the ith from all sources to the designation is currently and precisely known. The objective is to minimize the total cost. So in the linear programming problems, we have the maximization problem, and also our objective was to minimize, but here only our objective is to minimize the total cost. So methods is finding the initial basic feasible solution first, then we find the optimization, and method for finding the initial basic feasible solution is that there are three methods for finding the initial basic feasible solution for transportation problem: northwest corner method, least count method, and Vogel approximation method. Northwest corner method we will see first. Its algorithm or its steps of calculations are: first step is select the upper left corner cell of the transportation matrix and allocate minimum SI and DI. It means you have to select the upper left corner of the transportation model, and then you will find the minimum supply and also the minimum demand. In step second, subtract this value from supply S1 and demand of respective row and column. Then if the supply is 0, then cross script that row and move down to the next cell. If the demand is 0, then cross strike the column and move right to the next cell. If supply and demand both are 0, then cross strike both rows and columns and move diagonally to the next E1, supply 1. Step 3, repeat these steps until all supply and demand values are 0. So north corner cell method, algorithm is step 1. Find the minimum of the supply and demand values with respect to the current northwest corner cell of the cost matrix. Step 2 is allocate this minimum value to the current northwest corner cell and subtract this minimum from the supply and demand values with respect to the current northwest corner cell. Step 3 is check whether exactly one of the row column corresponding to the northwest column cell has 0 supply demand respectively. If so, go to step 4, otherwise go to step 5. And in step 4, delete that row or column with respect to current northwest corner cell, which has the 0 supply and demand, and go to step 6. Step 5 is delete both the row and the column with respect to current northwest corner cell. And step 6 is check whether exactly one row or column is left out. If yes, go to step 7, otherwise go to step 1. Step 7 is match the supply demand of that row column with the remaining demand and supplies of the undeleted columns and rows. And step 8 is go to the phase 2. Its example is find solution using northwest corner, and a problem is given to you where sources are given as S1, S2, S3, and the demands are D2, D1, D2, D3, and D4. Sorry, it is mistakenly written over here D2, it is D1, and then D2, then D3, and then D4, and it supplies 60, 50, and 40 for the sources S1, for the sources S2, and for the sources S3. Then its solution is, and the demands which are given for us, first demand is D1, which is 50, second demand is 40, and third demand is 30, and the fourth demand is 30 again. So we have to find its feasible solution, and our feasible solution is to minimize the cost. So first of all, we need to check whether the transportation is balanced or unbalanced. For this, total supply is 60 plus 50 plus 40, which is 150, and total demand is 50 plus 40 plus 30 plus 30 is equal to 150. So both the rows and columns total is equal. So we have both the demand and supply are equal. So this is the balanced transportation problem. Total number of supply constraints are 3, and total number of demand constraints are 4. The rim value for S1 is equal to 60. This is your 60, and D1 value is 50. Or we will compare these two, and the smaller of the two values, minimum of two values is 60 and 50. So we will select 50 and assign to S1 D1. So your S1 D1 value is 50. Next, this meets the complete demand of D1 and leaves 10 units with S2. Here our demand is 50. So this completes the units with 50, and 10 is left with the S1. Then in the next iteration, the REM values for S2 and D2 40 are compared. The smaller of the two, minimum 10, 40, and 10 is assigned to S1 D2. So this is S1 and this is to D2, and which is assigned to it? 10 is assigned to it. So 10 is assigned to it. So 10, this exhausts the capacity of S2 and leaves 30 with D2. So we will write down D2 over there. Then similarly, the rim values for S2 and D2 is equal to 30 are compared, and the smaller of the two, minimum of 50 and 30, 30 is assigned to S2 and D2, and D2 is satisfied, and we are left with 20 with the S2. This met the complete demand of D2 and leaves 20 units with the S2. So here with the 20 units with the S2 are left. So the rim value for S2 and D3, S2 20 and D3 30 are compared. The smaller of the two, minimum 20 or 30 is equal to 20, is assigned to S2 and D3. This exhausts the capacity of S2 and leaves 10 units with D3. So again, the rim value for S3 and D3 are compared. The smaller of the two, minimum 40 and 10, 10 is assigned to D3 and S3. This meets the complete demand of D3 and leaves 40 minus 10 is equal to 30 units with S3. So similarly, we will repeat this process for all the S1, D1, S2, D2, S1, D3, and S1, D4. Then we will select S2, D1, then S2, D2, then S2, D3, then S2, D4, then S3, D1, S3, D2, S3, D3, and S3, D4. So, and assign the remaining values to the supply or demand. And in this way, our first iteration, initial feasible solution, we will find out. So the number of now distinctions, n is equal to 4, and number of the sources are 3. The number of basic variables are m plus n minus 1, which is equal to 6. So we will find out the initial basic feasible solution is x11. The left values we will write down over here. S12 is 10, S22 is 30, S23 is 20, and S33 is 10, and S34 is 30. Now minimum cost of transportation. The minimum cost of transportation is 50 into 70. 50 into 7 plus 10 into 8 plus 30 into 6 plus 20 into 9 and plus 10 into 6 plus 30 into 14. And 9 and 6 and 8 and 14 values are already in the table. So its answer is 1270. So this was all about the Northwest cell method. So next is least cost cell method and class. This class, our next topic is relating to the transportation, and its second type for the finding the solution for the transportation problem is least cost cell method in OR, which is also called matrix minimum method. It's the logarithm or the technique or the procedure to find out minimum optimal solution with the help of least cost cell method in the transportation problem is first find the minimum of the undeleted values in the cost matrix, find the matrix minimum. In the second step, find the minimum of the supply and demand values X with respect to the cell corresponding to the matrix minimum. Step 3 is allocate X unit to the cell with the matrix minimum. Also subtract X unit from the supply and the demand values corresponding to the cell with the matrix minimum. Step 4 is check whether exactly one of the row column corresponding to the cell with the matrix minimum has 0 supply or 0 demand respectively. If yes, go to step 5. Otherwise, go to step 6. Step 5 is delete the row and column with respect to the cell with the matrix minimum, which has 0 supply and 0 demand, and go to the step 7. Step 6 is delete both the row and column with respect to the cell with the matrix minimum. Next, step 7 is check whether exactly one row or one column is left out. If yes, go to step 8, or otherwise go back to the step 1. In step 8, watch the supply demand of that row and column with the remaining demand supply of the undeleted columns and row. Or after that, go to phase 2. So its example is, we have to find the solution using least cost method when sources 3 are given, S1, S2, S3. Demand is for the distinction D1 is 325, for the distinction 2 is 425, and for the distinction 3 is 475. Demand for the distinction 4 is 275. Supply is 400, 500, and 600. So first of all, we check whether the transportation problem is balanced or unbalanced. So for this, we add all the supply, which is equal to 400 plus 500 plus 600, 1500, and we add the total demand 325, 425, 475, and 275, which is equal to the 1500. So total supply is equal to total demand. So it is the balanced transportation problem. Now total number of supply constraints is 3 and the total number of demand constraints is 4. So what we will do now, we will find out the smallest transportation cost, which is 6 in cell S1 D2. The allocation to this cell is minimum 400, 425, and 400. So its procedure is that as we did in the northwest corner, we selected the northwest corner. Here the least cost is, so least cost is 6 in the cell S1 D2. So the allocation of this cell, we will start from here. Here 400 is the supply and 425 is the demand. So minimum is the supply 400. So this exhausts the capacity of S1 and leaves 425 minus 400 is equal to 25 units in D1. Then if there is a tie, so that we choose that cell whose demand is more. So the smallest transportation cost is 7 next. And here is also 7. So what we did, we choose that cell whose demand is more. So 7 and its demand is 600. This 7 has a demand 500. So we selected the 7 of S3, D4, which has the demand 600 more than 500. So the smallest transportation cost is 7 in cell DS2, D1. The allocation to this cell is minimum of 500 to 325, which is 325. This satisfied the entire demand of D1. So, and leaves 500 minus 325 is equal to 175 units in S2. Now the smallest transportation cost is 7 in cell S3, D4. The allocation to this cell is minimum of 600 to 75 is equal to 275, or this satisfied the entire demand of D4 and leaves 600 minus 275 is equal to 325 units with S3 is equal to 325 units in S3. So if there is a tie, so we choose that box whose demand is more. So there is now tie between 8 and 8, and the smallest transportation cost is 8 in cell S3 and D3. So the allocation to this cell is minimum of 475, 325 is equal to 325. This exhausts the capacity of S3 and leaves 475 minus 325 is equal to 150 units with D3. And similarly, we repeat this iteration until we reach at our feasible solution. So in the next, the smallest transportation cost is 10 in cell S2, D3. The allocation to this cell is minimum of 175 and 150, which is N50. And this satisfied the entire demand of D3 and leaves 25 units with S2. In next smallest is 11, S2, D2. And the allocation to this cell is minimum of 25 and 25, which is 25. So the number of which is satisfied. So the number of distinction n is equal to 4 and number of sources m is equal to 3. So number of basic variables will be m plus n minus 1. 3 plus 4 minus 1 will be 6. So initial basic feasible solution of this distinction is x12 400, x21 325, x22 25, x23 150, x33 325, and x27 75 for x3 4. So minimum cost will be, we will multiply 325 or 400 with 6, 325 with 7, 25 with 11, 150 with 10, 325 with 8, and 275 with 7, which is 107975, which is our basic feasible solution. So this is our minimum cost. So this was all. One method is left, and inshallah we will complete it in the next lecture. Thank you, and Allah Hafiz, take care.